You know, when they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, they were definitely talking about the Hyundai Exter, right? Because this vehicle is so confused into what it was to be. But more into that, right? So up front we have this Hyundai logo over here, and then down below we also have an Exter badging over here, which is the first I see in the vehicle, because usually we have the Exter logo at the rear, right? So overall, this vehicle looks, it's a bit of both worlds, man. I have mixed feelings when it comes to this vehicle, right? It's cute at the same time. I also don't get the design language, right? So we also have our daytime running lights over here that have a little H-shaped type of vibe over here that also runs along. So I wish this part was a light bar, but it has this light bar effect, but it's not a light bar over running across to the other side, right? Coming down below, if there's a part that I don't like, is this square halogen headlamps. I don't know what Hyundai is trying to achieve with square halogen headlamps. And as a matter of fact, halogen headlamps, you guys know how much I hate halogen headlamps. But down below, I also like this, what do you call it, this gloss black grille over here. It makes the car look, just gives it a bit more character, man. You know what, this vehicle has quite a lot of character with it. Of course, I also do like this stunning color, this green that it's finished in, right? Coming along to the side, this vehicle, being the elite version, is it's sitting on some 15-inch alloy rims over here, of which I do like the rim design. Going down below the spec, you do get you do get hubcaps, of which I'm not a fan of hubcaps, but if there's anything that I like, it has to be this gloss black mirror that also contrasts well with this gloss black roof. So I really do like that. Another thing that I do like, that I feel like this is why I say this vehicle is a bit confused, has to be this roof racks over here. So it's like a little crossover vibe, nyana. I don't know if it's a crossover or if it's a hatchback. I really don't know, right? But coming along to the rear, I feel like, you know, side proportions, yeah, this vehicle is not made sure, man. When it comes to the side, I'm not too sure about this vehicle from the side, right? But coming down here, I like this little checkered effect that it has back here, that flows from the roof coming down below. It has this little checkered effect over here, which I really do like. But it's a simple budget vehicle. I'm sure you guys have seen this vehicle. So the very same checkered effect that you guys have on the side, you guys also do have it here on the rear, right? So the rear tail lights are very similar to the ones in front. So it's as if the vehicle has eyes from the back, right? So it's a bit weird. So it has this H shape over here as well. It reminds me, it gives me Lego vibes, type of vibe, you know. So also do have Exter badging, Hyundai over there, and then that effect that I spoke about over here, it's also down below here, over here, right? But another really cool feature that I actually really do like, considering the price of the vehicle, is the reverse camera and the parking sensors. I'm a sucker for those. But let's pop open the boot, right? And you're greeted to somewhat decent amount of boot space. I think it has to sit above, it has to be one of the bigger boots in its class. I think a few vehicles are a bit bigger than it, but I do definitely know that it's bigger than the Suzuki Swift's boot, which is this vehicle's direct competitor. But with that being said, let's jump into the interior. Let's talk a bit more about this vehicle. Alright, so into the interior of the Hyundai Exter, right from the get-go. You know what, let's start off with the key. So it's this switchblade key over here that we have, so with our lock, unlock and trunk release over there. So you just click it in, there's no keyless go or anything else, but I do not expect that in a budget vehicle. So let's just power it on. So up front, you do get a lovely animation over here with some nice blue accents. So basically this is like a digital cluster over here with a semi-screen in the middle that you can use to see your fuel consumption and the vehicle status and stuff like that, right? On the left hand side of the steering wheel, we have our audio buttons. On the right hand side, we have our cruise control button, which is very rare in a vehicle of this caliber. It's very rare for you to have cruise control, right? But if there's anything that I have to say I like, has to be the steering wheel feel. I do not like the overall look, but I like the steering wheel feel. As for the cluster, I'm also not too sure of it. It's okay. Coming down to the center, we have Hyundai's infotainment system over here. I think this is around about 7 inches or 8 inches. So it's okay, man. It does what it says in the tin. So it does support your wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, of which I really do like, and it works seamlessly, man. Even the responsiveness, it's quite seamless. Even though I do feel like the resolution could be a bit better, just slightly a bit better, you know, but nonetheless I'm okay with it, man. But overall, in the interior of this vehicle absolutely feels amazing. Coming down to the dashboard, we also do have that material that I spoke about outside, that has this little checker effect over here, and then we have some nice looking air vents, of which I do like, right? So climate control wise, we have a single stage climate control, which is actual knobs, which I do appreciate for my I personally do appreciate it, right? Coming down below, we also do have a type C port, 12-volt socket, and a USB port, of which I feel like, connectivity wise, Hyundai managed to cater for everybody, right? And then we also do have somewhere to store your coins or whatever. So I've seen this vehicle being used for a lot of e-hailing services or for families, so this is a vehicle suitable for somebody that's looking for a nice daily commute. We also do have 2 cup holders, one big one, one small one, of which I've been utilizing that a lot, especially for my bottle of water, right? And then we have a normal traditional handbrake. But if there's anything that I'll say I like but also don't like at the same time, has to be I like the quality cloth of the material that's used on these seats. But one downside has to be the fact that if you're a bit taller, this fixed seating, this fixed seat that doesn't have an adjustable headrest can be a bit intrusive at times, especially on longer journeys. So that's the gripe that I had, because the back seats you do get an adjustable headrest. So I just wish they could have kept it like that. But with that being said, let's jump into the back seats and let me take you guys through that. Alright, so you guys joined inside the back seats, and leg room is quite decent for this is my traditional driving position. I think I even reclined it a bit backwards, but leg room is quite decent. It's very spacious back here, as well as headroom. I mean, there's a lot of headroom, right? Unfortunately, you do not get an armrest, but oh well, it's okay. What you do get instead has to be this air vents that you get over here, of which I really like the fact that there's air vents back here. But unfortunately, there is no port for you to charge your phones or anything like that. But you do get electronic windows all around in this vehicle, so big ups to Hyundai for that. Alright, so what powers the Hyundai Exter, right? Right from the get-go, what powers the Hyundai Exter has to be this 1.2 manual, this 1.2 naturally aspirated engine that puts out about roughly 61 kilowatts and 140 newton meters of torque. And that's sufficient power for this vehicle, trust me. Doesn't seem like much, but it's sufficient power. It's very fuel economical as well, because I've been averaging 15.4 kilometers per liter, which is actually very, very decent. So yeah, man, you know what? And when it comes to road noise as well, I feel like, the Hyundai Exter performs quite well, man, on the road. It doesn't get blown by winds or anything else. It really feels very stable, especially also the insulation from the road noise and everything else. You know what? I just feel like the vehicle